To the Block Party Live on AllertonAv.com. I'm your host, Chad, and today I'm joined by the beautiful Amy, the wonderful Darth Vader Jason,
Thank you very much.
and the newly crowned king of his domain, Tristan.
Aww.
That's a cool title.
Yeah, that is pretty
I
cool.
just thought about that, dude. Game of Thrones is coming back soon, dude. That's where we're at, man. Sorry I missed you guys all last week. Me and Amy were out on an adventure for Face Off, the TV show. We have a friend who was in the finale. Unfortunately, she came.
By the way,
she did absolutely fucking amazing. She came runner-up, and she only was runner-up and didn't win because she had a. It was. I was gonna say horrible. I take it back. He was good, but she just didn't have as good of a director in the film wise, and I think we
agree
talked
with
about
that.
Yeah. So that's where we were last. But I want to start out with, what have you guys been up to? And Tristan, man, how have you been?
Yeah.
And what have you been playing this week?
Yeah, Tristan.
Well, I know how you've been.
What have you been up to?
Yeah.
Tristan.
Are you nudging about the one ring that I found?
You found that ring?
You found it?
Found it on the ground. I was like, yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
That makes it even better, dude. And Tristan, man, how have you been?
Yeah.
And what have you been
Tristan.
playing this week?
Yeah, Tristan.
know how you've been.
What have you been up to?
Yeah.
Tristan.
Are you nudging about the one ring that I found?
You found that ring?
You found it?
Found it on the ground. I was like, yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
That makes it even better, dude.
I don't feel
wasn't
so
hinting
bad
at
anymore.
that. I was gonna let you talk about it if you want to.
Yeah,
but
it's
I was
more
hinting
along-
at it.
It's your life.
I liked it, so I put a ring on it.
Yay!
Congrats, Tristan.
I am sorry, millions and millions of women around the world. He is no longer available. Well,
He's
he
not
is.
final
for a
yet.
down price of $29.99.
$29.99.
Price for-
It's the price of DLC these days. So.
Wow.
He's downloadable content.
Have you had a chance to play any games this week, though, Tristan? You've been.
I'm still progressing through my MLB The Show season. I keep losing because my difficulty is really high. But it's like really great games. I'm not getting blown out every game. It's usually like a like a walk-off that I'm losing on, or a 10th or 11th inning game that I mess up, and yeah, it's done after that.
I put some time into that game this weekend. By the time I played like 2 games, which was like 6 hours worth of it.
You played any of the weird modes?
I didn't. I just started up a franchise because you were saying it was so in depth, and I was just kind of like messing around. And man, that game plays really well. That's a good game. It's kind of janky, some of the animations and stuff.
Some of it is. I really hate the throwing mechanics to it. Like I think they changed it either this year or last year, but the guy is running past first, headed towards second. I want to throw it there, and the guy just like my guy that has the ball just hesitates, doesn't throw it when I want him to, and it's a little bothersome there. But other than that, it's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, all things considered, it's a pretty solid game. I mean, the first game I played, I got a bunch of injuries by people getting hit in the head. Like some guy dove,
Wow,
and the ball was flying through the air, and it hit him in the head, and it bounced off him. And it was awesome. And then it was like, he's injured. He's got a concussion. And then the next time I hit the ball and it hit the pitcher and that injured him, but that shit hasn't happened again. It was like the first game and that was it. I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. It's like death ball, but it's not. It's just baseball.
Dude, that's an awesome idea.
Death ball?
Yes.
If they use
like
these mechanics and they mixed it with like Mutant League and they made the ball like have spikes on it or something.
I think they did
you're
a
onto
Mutant
something.
League baseball game last year.
Oh,
Didn't
really?
they?
No, it was Mutant League Football. Is like there is a
They didn't call it
version of
Mutant
it.
They're
League baseball,
Kickstarted.
but it was like a Mutant League type baseball game where the guys were mutants.
We need to
I
get
never
on
played.
that.
Yeah, we need to figure that out because I need to play that game.
Jason needs that in his life, dude.
Yeah, I really do.
A game kicked off this week on the 18th, which is 2 days ago on Monday. Gears of War 4. Tristan or Jason, have either of you guys had a chance to jump into the multiplayer beta yet?
No,
What? You guys have the game?
I do have the game. I forgot to check to get my code, to be honest.
Oh,
They didn't email it to me.
man.
I assumed they were going to email it to me.
And I've been hyping people up on Twitter, on Facebook, on social media, saying
I'm
Jason
not
and
hyped for the
Tristan.
multiplayer though.
So I wonder where my key went because it didn't get emailed to me.
Did you
And
get your receipt?
no, because it was a code that was supposed to like be sent to you at some point. And I didn't get an Xbox Live message with the code in there. I really need to check on that. Because I definitely played through the game early enough to get into the beta. Or you just have to own that game, I think.
Yeah, you literally just has to be in your system.
And I'm checking my Xbox messages right now, and I definitely don't have anything. I have access to Fallout 4's Chrysler Rocket '69 sports car in Forza 6, so there's that.
Yay.
They sent you the wrong fucking code again? They're always doing
Huh.
that.
So I'm actually gonna check on that because that's really weird. Because you're right, I should have been able to play that. So.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have some more information for you guys this weekend. If these guys get a chance to get around to getting their tokens.
You
If
fucked
not,
me, Microsoft. You fucked me.
Again, dude. And Microsoft's fucking everybody. People who, haven't had a chance to buy an Xbox 360 yet, and people who want to get into the multiplayer beta, dude.
I spent $10 on that fucking game, dude. I want to play the beta.
Oh, that's probably why you got the $10
$10
edition.
dollars.
That's probably why, actually.
Yeah,
no
dude.
kidding.
Doesn't it just
So-
open up for everyone this weekend?
Oh, I have to
It
play with
does,
normal
yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Oh
Ah.
God.
Jason, you got to become one of the normies, dude.
Great.
Yeah.
Normal people.
I'm not gonna try it. I
No,
tried
you're
that with
not-
I tried that with Battleborn. It was a terrible experience.
Oh God. That game.
Yeah, did you
Oh,
play
dude,
that game,
let's-
Chad?
I did, dude. I think I just spoke about it earlier this week on Live on the App,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanted to touch base on that game, dude. That is a big pile of steaming doo-doo, dude. It did. Amy witnessed this. I got home late. I was like, dude, I haven't had a chance to boot up. I haven't had a chance to
play
boot this up.
Battleborn. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
Let's check it out, man. And I was only gonna just kind of browse. I got into a fucking match, dude, solo style, because I just wanted to check things out. And it was a raid. It took fucking over 45 minutes to get through this thing, dude. The constant yelling and like conversations that they have in this with like the characters and like the person you're talking to over the walkie-talkie is just fucking annoying.
Brutal.
So hard.
Oh
They're trying
my gosh.
so hard.
And like it might just be the character I picked, but I just really
No.
don't think that there's a
Which
lot
character
to
did
this
you
game.
pick?
The robot with the spectacle.
And the owl?
Yeah.
God damn it, so did I.
Yeah.
I was gonna
oh,
say
it's
maybe we
bad.
could trade stories, but we played the same fucking game.
No, we have the same exact story, dude. It's the same exact game, and I feel like they ripped 90% of Borderlands, like all like the assets and stuff from that, and put it into this game, which is like only going to appeal to people who love like League of Legends style games and are looking for another first-person style of that. Because this game does nothing for me, who's a fan of like Borderlands and what they've done in the past. It doesn't do anything except for drive it home that I'm not going to get the Borderlands I want, and that they took everything that I liked in Borderlands and threw it in here, except for all like the successful parts of it, like the comedy I like.
Weird bastardization.
That is a very good way to put it, dude. They bastarded that thing up. But yeah, and like the fact that you can't like level up, and it's like League of Legends where you like go in there, you get your 10 levels, but it's always going to be option A or option B every time you level up. So like, I mean, yeah, you're going to get gear and loot packs at the end of it, and you can attach that stuff to your character to make them stronger, but...
It's all shields. It's all shields. You get
Yeah.
like 900 drops of shields. Or
And,
like
you don't even get cool outfits. Like, they're just different colors of the exact same outfit. Like, at least give me some, like, stuff.
I
dude.
mean,
this.
they're gonna put more. The outfits I heard are gonna be the only thing that you pay for in DLC or whatever, but everything else is gonna be free, which is kind of cool. But there's nothing in that game that makes you want to play it again. It was so like tedious.
Well, like the two things you would want to be free would be the outfits and the guns. Like those are the only two things that really matter, right? And they don't. The outfits you have to pay for, and the guns you're stuck with the one gun for the character.
Oh,
so,
dude, that was the other thing I hated.
So like, what's the point? Like, what are you really? What kind of loot are you playing for at that point?
No, now you're just, like... and you're not
Shields,
playing for the
lots
story.
of shields.
Shields and
Yeah,
buffs. It's like that's not fun.
Oh, and like the buffs that they drop after you kill the bosses that you can't even use because you've already killed the boss. So it's like, what's the point of the dropping the buff? Like,
Totally.
Oh
Like,
God, that's so
like,
true.
The boss dropped, like, 15 speed buffs, a bunch of shield regen buffs, and, like, a bunch of other things where I was just like, dude, these are all gonna wear off in, like, 15 seconds. I just killed the boss. There isn't a fucking goddamn enemy for the next, like, minute and a half. Why even have that in his loot pool, dude?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's
Weird stuff.
and the
It's
boss
the same-
battle was terrible. I shit all over this game last week too, but the boss battle was terrible. I don't like the art style at all. It's terrible.
It's a poor man's version of Borderlands.
Yeah, it's a poor
It
man's.
was very bland. Like it was very watered down. I mean, they
Sorry,
did neon
Gearbox, I
colors
really
and
love
stuff.
you guys, but... Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, Gearbox has only made two good games. It's Borderlands and Borderlands 2. Everything else they made has been kind of like this, just like.
You know,
eh.
my big thing is, and I'm probably gonna hear from a lot of people, it's like, oh, but you have to play it multiplayer and it's a lot more fun, blah blah blah. So it could be that if it's played with more people or whatever, it might be more fun. But even so, you could still breeze through the levels. You don't even have to kill the guys for the most part.
I
There's a lot of
started to, and
areas
then I just like,
just run past all the
Me
mobs,
too.
like you do in Destiny. Like you don't even kill the mobs, you just go past them, and then it progresses the level, like the stage. So, like yeah, there's that, but then you get stuck with the people that sit and fight everything. You're like, can you just run through it because then we can get to the boss?
the only thing we
there-
wanted.
There's
from
so
it.
many of these fucking games coming out these days. I think Overwatch is the one I might have an interest in just because it's Blizzard and they usually don't screw things up, and it's getting some good press if I'm going to play one of these games.
And it seems like that one is actually more of like a multiplayer, like arena combat versus this is like
A level?
steps and stages and levels.
Well, this
and
has
stuff.
like arena combat too, no? Like MOBA style, like more
It
involved.
does, yeah. But it's like it's more based around you leading a group of like dudes to a certain spot and like helping them
It's
win and
terrible.
dying.
Terrible.
Yeah. There's your Battleborn update. We had a chance to play it. Hopefully things change. It's just the beta, but I've been having really shitty luck with betas that I've been jumping into and just not enjoying them. So I might stay away from betas going forward, dude, and just like only jumping into regular games and just
Because
playing.
they might fix a lot of the stuff, but we're already now biased against the regular games, so I'm not going to be.
I might have bought the game, dude, had I not played the beta.
I probably would have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they wouldn't be able to fix issues like the stupid loot pool drops. Maybe they'll fix those now because people are like, "This is dumb." So it's sort of like a catch-22.
They can't do enough to fix it though.
Yeah, I don't want it anymore.
Should have been free to play.
It's too deep in the water, dude. So we had a chance to play that. I played a little bit of Enter the Gungeon. We're gonna have a random 30 up this weekend for Enter the Gungeon, so make sure you guys check back this weekend. We've talked about that game a little bit, but let's talk about Dark Souls 3 just a little bit more. Amy, I know you had a chance to play it some more this week, and you didn't really get a chance to talk about it too much last week because, you know, we weren't here. But how has your experience been, and how have you been enjoying it?
I really enjoy it a lot. I'm of two minds where a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's easier than Dark Souls 2," and I'm like, well, either A, it's easier than Dark Souls 2, or B, you're just more familiar with the game style and what's expected of you, and that's why it feels like it's easier. Because I have fought some really hard bosses, and Chad is a master boss fighter now of, what's that, Boreal whatever?
Dancer of Blades.
Yeah, whatever. Like, there is some tough shit in this game. Like, it's hard. It is easy in quotations because I know what to expect. I understand, like, you know, always keeping the shield up and locking on and rolling and blah blah blah. Like, but it's just fun. I'm really enjoying it. I like it better than Dark Souls 2. I didn't really care for Dark Souls 2 at all, to be honest. I prefer this one. The graphics are a great update. There's a lot of crazy characters to meet, like NPCs, and like weird shit's going on, and I'm like, what?
Just like on the random 30 when they were throwing spears at you and I had no fucking clue what the hell was happening, and all of a sudden spears are flying everywhere. You're telling me to shush. I need to concentrate to get through here.
I was
Don't
like,
worry
wow,
about
she
that.
shushed him in like the first 5 minutes. This is a record on a random 30.
It was so, I couldn't like hear anything. He's like, wow, it was in my ears, and I was like, I can't play. I did really bad.
You rolled your
Why
way
do I
out of
sound
it.
like a duck, dude. You don't dodge
And
it.
you have like the ember, so on top of that, it's even more across the screen.
No
like you
thanks.
walk in and the unsuspecting Amy, la la la, hand. Whoops, I missed that dodge. Oh, well,
It
I'm
picks
dead.
you up and like shoves you through a
Oh
sword.
my god, I would have been like, fuck it, I'm done. Like I played that game for like
I'm sure that's like the toughest boss in a Dark Souls game.
So far, yeah. The thing is
So
insane.
far,
The
we
one
haven't-
hit kill.
Yeah.
One hit kill is nuts.
Even if your health is like almost a full bar, if you don't dodge
And
it,
you have like the ember, so on top of that, it's even more across the screen.
No
like you
thanks.
walk in and the unsuspecting Amy, la la la, hand. Whoops, I missed that dodge. Oh, well,
it
I'm
picks
dead.
you up and like shoves you through a
Oh
sword.
my god, I would have been like, fuck it, I'm done. Like I played that game for like an hour. And I beat the first boss, I think, and that was pretty much it. And I was like, I'm
There's
out.
some really cool areas though. I like
Last night,
edge.
1 hour or 2 hours and 10 minutes to beat that guy.
Really?
I couldn't go to bed until I did it.
And you just kept dying.
No, for 2 hours straight, I died. I think I died like 40 times.
God, did you have like? Did it feel good?
To beat it, yeah.
Or were you just like, oh, I
No,
finally
I threw
beat
the
it.
cat
This
through
is
the
stupid.
wall. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so then at least you get that, right? How's the
Yeah.
cat doing?
Oh,
He's-
he's fine.
he's
He's just
fine.
over here like gimping around.
He was wearing his Dark Souls battle armor. He was
Yeah.
alright with it.
It was-
It didn't phase him at all.
Okay.
But yeah, the game is good. It's crazy. It's like I've said, I'm not going to complain about it too much more, but it's very similar to the last series. You'll know a lot of stuff and you'll recognize a lot of things in that game.
It
It's
seems
cool
like-
to revisit areas in different
It seems
sections.
a little user friendly. Like it seemed like some things were like easier for me to understand. So I felt like that was
Like,
okay.
if you didn't know what LCK was for some odd reason, it now spells out luck.
Yeah,
There you
but like
go.
even like I don't know. I guess I didn't play enough with Dark Souls 2 or Bloodborne, but the tutorials, like as they were like walking me in, I felt like I was learning. I learned some simple stuff, but then like the bosses, it felt like there was a progression. Like I was like, oh, now I have to roll to dodge all this stuff. This is something I'm gonna have to use a lot, or I should be
Yeah.
running with my shield up here. Like I felt like that was all useful in the future, but
They did a really good job of the tutorial in the beginning. I give them
Yeah.
that because I remember their tutorials from previous. I actually don't even think Bloodborne had one. I think it was like you walked into that house and you fought a werewolf and he killed you.
yeah,
And you're
I
like,
just remember watching you play on Twitch and you were just rolling into barrels for like 45 minutes, and I was like, I don't understand this game.
and dying, dude.
And then I fired it up myself, and I'm like, oh, that's just what you do.
Yeah.
In this sort.
Well, it's just so scary. You just want to roll so you don't die. Dude.
Yeah, totally. You never know
I
what's gonna
think-
happen.
I think that might be another thing too about this game, why it might be easier, is because we have progressed past the point, as I'm sure most players will eventually, when you're just like, all right, I only have 20,000 souls. That's like 10 minutes of work in these higher level areas. It's not a big deal if I die and lose them. So you kind of have this like wall up now, this guard. You're like, I'm gonna lose these souls, but it's okay. And like,
Yeah.
as opposed to like when you first are playing, you're like, oh shit, I have 500 souls, and you're like, oh, that's actually nothing.
That is true.
Man, dude. So,
I
yeah,
liked
that's
your
our-
story on live on the app chat where you said you lost like 20,000 souls and you're all sad.
Oh, dude. I get sad so much in that game, but I love it. So that's it. That's our Dark Souls recap. Have you guys
Woo.
played anything else new this week at all? I know Star Fox Zero comes out tomorrow, so we don't get a chance to play that. And Tristan won't get a chance to touch Michonne Final Chapter until next week, unfortunately.
Last
No.
chapter.
I know, dude. Are you
That's
excited
really
for that?
short.
It's only 3 episodes, yeah. But I feel like me and Jason had talked about it, but Tristan, I'd like to hear what you think about it. But yeah, dude, like, doesn't it feel like they've come out really quickly, one after another?
This is
Where
definitely the quickest Telltale release I've ever.
It's
come
usually like
across.
one a year.
yeah,
it's
like
definitely very quick.
Yeah, they're
I
just
feel like
releasing
people-
them like randomly. They're like, we're done. Let's get rid of this. They're like, no one likes this. Let's just get it out there so we can sell the whole thing at, like for
It was
10
almost
bucks.
like within a month, almost. I would say.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
man,
no,
Or maybe maybe it came out in February. I think, end of February.
man, it just feels like so much quicker,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's just
That's
cruising.
it.
Like I don't understand it, but
I don't know why they just don't release it as a solid unit. Because that's the only way I ever buy them is when they're all together done. Like, it annoys me to have to wait and do the episode thing.
that's
like we
that's
did with
what my
Game of
point. I
Thrones,
think that's
dude.
what they're doing. They're like, shit, let's just get it out and just sell the whole thing because maybe more people buy it as one.
Are they
one
gonna do that
complete
with
story.
other games now?
I hope so.
Probably should.
I wish
Dude,
if they were gonna do this, they should have said up front, like, "Hey, we're releasing this game. Like, it's gonna be 3 episodes. You'll get one every week." Like my fucking dream Telltale release scenario. But
I wonder if they probably observed that the sales just stopped or dropped off dramatically after like the 1 or 2 episodes, and they're like, oh, well, all these games we've released, nobody's buying the completion, like the end, because they just forget or don't care.
yeah, totally. I bet that's entirely true. People are just like, well, about that game.
Probably
Yeah.
get a Walking Dead game every year. I'd imagine.
We're probably gonna get a Fear the Walking Dead one next year, I bet.
I hope so.
Yeah, the show is going on, dude. It's going strong. It's
Still
first 2
happening.
episodes. You guys can check it out on Adapted, dude. We'll be
Going.
covering episode 2 of that. But let's jump into the news here. The biggest, one of the biggest stories of the week.
The news is of
PS4.
the week.
I got the news is here
newses.
for ya.
I like
the
the newses.
PS4.5, aka the PlayStation Neo, specs have been revealed. Information has leaked out for it, and it's coming to the front as it's going to be like a 4K version of the PlayStation with a little bit faster processing power. And a lot of people are starting to tie it back to it being possibly bundled with the PlayStation VR, and that's why they're releasing it a 4.5 version, because it's going to be, and I think we talked about this, Jason, it's going to need the extra power to run off the PlayStation, and the PlayStation VR is probably going to take more advantage of the higher tech, because when you see all these VR headsets coming out, you need crazy computers to operate them, you need higher tech, so maybe this has a tie back to, and plus, what was the VR unit called? Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus and Neo.
Morpheus?
Yeah.
That's
Why
Why
do
do
they
they
love
love the
Neo?
Matrix so much? It's so weird.
Morpheus and Neo.
Does Sony own rights to Matrix franchise? Who?
I thought it was a Warner Brothers.
That was Warner
series.
Brothers also. I smell a lawsuit coming.
It's really odd. Someone in marketing really fucked that up.
Someone just really likes that movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. They're just code names, dude. But yeah, the 4.5 could be announced very soon. Dev kits being sent out.
It's going to be announced at E3, right? Like, obviously.
It could be announced sooner than that. There's a developers conference coming up that there's a possibility it could be talked about.
Yeah, maybe it's not an E3 thing, right? Because it might not get a good reaction.
Hell no, it's not. It's already not getting a good reaction.
So,
There's a lot of people just questioning it.
Are there going to be games that only come out for 4.5?
No.
And not 4?
So basically what it's going to do is if it's a 4.5 game that's been upgraded to 4.5, there'll be something in the options like kind of on a PC game where you can choose like 4K quality or normal quality, and it'll upscale it to 4K or like have a couple better effects, just like a couple bells and whistles. Yeah, so
What
I
are
mean,
you gonna do with my current console?
just trade it in, dude. Trade it into GameStop. Fuck Sony on that one. But I mean, yeah, it's terrible all around.
It's a dumb idea.
Because like people already have. I said this on live on the app. People already have trouble making games for the PlayStation 4 as is. Like sometimes like there's frame rate issues or games are like pushing the console to the max, and now they're gonna have to develop to kind of like make sure it works both ways. Like, what kind of corners? Maybe this is just gonna allow them to cut more corners on the PlayStation 4 games, and they'll end up looking more like PlayStation 3 upgrades or something. Like the textures will be scaled back and shit like that. We're gonna get that.
There haven't been that many games like for this next gen. Like, holy cow, this is next generation for PS4, Xbox One. Like, this is mind blowing graphics, all that. Like, there's been some good games in this cycle, but nothing. I wouldn't say quantity is high.
No, dude.
Kind of think that's a good point, Tristan. I think that a lot of it is because it's like they've already kind of they're like it's like a plateau now. It's like when you're going from like little animated side-scrolling sprites to like 3D square polygons to like what they're at now. It's kind of like they've plateaued, and what are they gonna do next? Like, ooh, better hair texture. I mean, like, there's already games that are like using real people as like the mapping of the faces and stuff, and it's sort of like, what's next?
There's going to have to be a big gap for me in quality if I would get this.
Yeah, there's not going to be. I think the main perks are if it happens, it's going to have a 4K Blu-ray player, which that's been rumored. That would be the smart thing, right? Because Sony sold a shit ton of PlayStations because it had a Blu-ray player in it. So now you have a 4K compatible Blu-ray player. Like that could actually help push.
Isn't Xbox going to do the same thing though?
Microsoft is supposedly like workshopping some stuff internally.
Yeah.
AKA their specs just haven't been leaked yet. Is basically what that means. I'm assuming
they're coasting by, dude.
Yeah.
They haven't been exposed yet.
Like I'm gonna get this because I got that PlayStation VR on the way, so I want to take full advantage of that. Bad
Wait,
boy.
you are gonna get this?
Yeah, if I have PlayStation VR, I need it.
Are you being for real?
Someone has to.
Oh man.
Why wouldn't I?
The sheep has arrived.
I'm gonna sell my PlayStation, pay half price or whatever it is. Listen, I'll buy the new Xbox. I bought the Kinect on day one. I'm all in on everything.
That's what I love about you, man. You jump in, dude.
I'm just like you gotta experiment with video games, right? How am I gonna talk about them if I can't try them?
Exactly. Well, hey, we got two PlayStation 4s in our house. If one of us would have waited, we could have had a 4.5 in the house and a PlayStation 4.
You can trade them both in and buy one PlayStation 4.5.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't call it PlayStation 4.5.
There's talks of it being the 4K, PlayStation 4K, which would make more sense.
That makes sense, yeah, I guess.
PS4K.
Poor Microsoft, dude. They don't have anything cool
Wasn't
like
4K
that.
around during the release of PlayStation 4 or not yet?
Not really.
Yeah, it's like
it was very infant, yeah.
Got it.
It was like in the tech development things with the roll-up TVs and stuff.
But I mean, the people at Sony should have known about it, right? Because they make TVs. They should someone should there should be some synergy there. Those guys are like, okay, 3 years from now, 4K TVs will be super popular.
I mean, Sony pretty much invented Blu-ray. Like Sony owns the word Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, someone missed the boat on that one. Like they should have had that out of the gate, but then it was going to be more expensive, right? They wanted to hit that $399 price point, so. At that time, you can't do it. Because remember, they got killed for $600 for the PS3.
Yeah, they did, dude. But it's going to be an interesting year as we find out in the tail end of the year what's actually happening with Microsoft, what's happening with PlayStation 4.5. Nintendo is going to have the NX this year, dude. It's gonna be a crazy tail end of the year, dude. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming out.
I'm hoping the press conference is Microsoft is just like shitting all over Sony, like Sony shit over. So it's like one of these like total like fights at the E3 again, except it's reverse, and then Microsoft is making fun of Sony for putting out a new system. That's what kind of like what I hope is going to happen. Because remember how much shit Sony gave Microsoft.
shows an adapter that you have to like plug in like a peripheral, and it's
Yeah,
like,
it's the HD fucking DVD player all over again. You plug it in via USB.
Here's your 4K DVD player. It hooks up to your USB drive.
Yeah. Oh,
Good luck
great.
watching that fucking movie. But I was gonna say, so we get all the video game hardware, we get all this cool stuff coming out, and then me and Jason were talking about the other day on Live on the Ave. Big Ten is going to be hosting the League of Legends Invitational. So now we're talking about sporting events in the video game world, starting to get a little bit of push behind them. And me and Jason were talking about Big Ten is going to be involved with Ohio State versus Michigan State in 2 days, April 22nd at PAX East. And we were discussing, like, this is kind of how, if you want to get a mass amount of people involved and excited for esports, which it's really hard to do right now because you don't, like, there's so many players, so many different, like, little teams, indie teams. You don't really have anyone to root for. And now that the Big Ten is getting involved, you're going to have Ohio State. So you have the Ohio State team. So now you got this team that you can root for that, you know, is like, that's your state's team. Like, you know, the Green Bay Packers, like Miami Dolphins.
This has been my bandwagon for, like, you can go back to many block parties where I've talked about this very thing. Like, I think esports is held back by the fact that you don't have anyone to root for.
You don't have a home team.
Like, people that are in the know, right, like, know these teams. There's, like, a small percentage of people that watch these sports and watch these esports, and they know these teams. But, like, to hit that mainstream popularity, like, someone has to, I have to associate with somebody. Like, I like watching these, but I don't know anybody. But if you said I could root for Wisconsin, like a team of Wisconsin people, I'd be like, that's my team. The Wisconsin team's my team. I would always root for them. I'd want to watch them. Like, you just need to, there either needs to be one giant central thing where it's, like, region-based and, like, there's a Seattle team versus a Cudahy team or something, you know? Or just, I don't know, like, do this. Let the colleges, whoever's in charge of this in the Big Ten is a goddamn genius because this is the future of it.
Well, isn't there, like, now, like, colleges, like, they're supporting, like, lots of different colleges are doing this kind of stuff where they're supporting esports and, like, so just Ohio State's the first one, kind of. That's like
they're supporting it, but this is like the first major conference to pit two schools against each other.
How much are they supporting this? Because anything with NCAA and students performing, and then they're eventually making money off all the lawsuits with college sports and NCAA.
Yeah.
Gets a little sour taste in my mouth.
I mean, the Big Ten's showing it on their network,
which they make a lot of money off of.
Yeah. Oh, the Big Ten's not getting into this because they're like, oh, this would be good for the kids.
It's something they can make money off of.
Yeah. Oh, totally. They want to have like a March Madness tournament of League of Legends.
In a few years, we're gonna get the whole thing like, why aren't these students getting paid for this?
Yeah. But until then, they're gonna make bank.
Yeah.
I think it only go back to why aren't they getting paid for it when they're actually in the game, not like on the advertisement or like just on like the cameras. Like, because I know the Big Ten, like that's why we don't have NCAA football anymore.
Two different things.
Because Ed O'Bannon's a cocksucker.
Why aren't the student athletes getting paid for playing the real sport? And then the video games, they made video games based off old college players. That are no longer in college, but their whole likeness is in that game, and then that's why lawsuits started to come up, and that's why you don't get an NCAA football game anymore.
Which is sad. Those were my favorite, like the only football games I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah, they're awesome.
NCAA. I once drove 45 minutes to meet Jason at a meeting stop at a gas station so that I could get the disc from him and play the game on my system back in Madison, dude.
Yeah. Those were good games. Those were fun games.
Yeah.
If only they would have brokered an actual deal with some of these players and give them money maybe, and then it wouldn't have been a thing. But
you can't just, it's a bigger conversation though. Yeah, like you can't just like, you're getting a full scholarship, that's enough. You're getting an education, dude. It's like fucking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for some of these schools. Like, come on.
It's sick how much money NCAA makes off their students.
Yeah, they could put it in a kitty, give it to the kids when they're out of school. Like, here's a bank, you made like an extra $500,000. Good luck with it.
A little plastic baggie. Here you go.
But to see what Jason is talking about and to see if we're on the right track, make sure you guys tune in April 22nd on the Big Ten Network. College hosting League of Legends Invitational at PAX East this weekend. So check it out. I'm going to check it out just because I'm super curious to see if this is kind of what we're thinking or if it just totally shits the bed. And
it's going to shit the bed, right? Until the little characters on the screen are like wearing uniforms from the schools and like...
Until
it's completely whored out, it's going to shit the bed. Well, you don't want the little elves wearing the costumes of
No.
like the badger? Oh God, I do. I want to fight. I want the badger to be like a character.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that, dude. Next thing is the dolphin. A
Yeah, the
dolphin.
Miami Dolphin. I want the dolphin out there squirting people.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, dude. So make sure you guys check that out, dude. We were talking about the PlayStation 4K. We didn't touch about it too bit. I touched on it a little bit earlier, but Microsoft discontinuing production on the Xbox 360. It's finally happening. They're shutting down production on it. But don't worry, there's
I'm
like
surprised.
2 million of them still in the wild. So if you want to get one, I mean, they're just shutting down the services that are making them, so it's not too big of a deal. But
You'll be fine.
yeah, if you need to get one, dude, it's still out there. Summer game's done quick, dude. I was talking about it the other day. Schedule's released, dude. July 3rd through the 10th. I know I talk about it all the time, but on Block Party,
You really
I
do.
like to say, dude, it's happening again. July 3rd. Make sure you guys tune in, check it out. I leave it on. Amy hates it, but I have it on every device I possibly can, so I can sit there and I just like watching people destroy the old games, dude, that I got. And I'm also planning a trip up there, so we'll talk about that as it gets closer. But Allerton Ave might be representing up there at the Summer Games Done Quick this year.
What game are you gonna do quick? Mega Man 2?
I'm trying to get. No, I can't do.
You should do something where you try to beat Mega Man 2 before Amy realizes you went missing. Kind of recreate your youth.
How awesome would that be if I'm up there playing it on camera and then Amy just like dives like 5 feet away?
Found him! You're at Wiley, dude. You're right at the end.
I'd kill you, dude. You can't ruin that, dude.
I think
Another one of my.
like to see that.
I'm in.
Yeah, I could see it happening. You got good legs, dude, for jumping, but that's about it, dude. Star Fox Zero. Are any of you guys planning to get Star Fox Zero? Comes out tomorrow. And I know Tristan, you got a Wii U. Jason, Tristan's probably already ordered 2. I don't know why I'm asking this, but
Are you going to me? I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna. I'm on the fence now.
It's
like,
not
I
getting
keep
good
wavering. I
reviews.
keep wavering back and forth. I love Star Fox back in the day. I always wanted to play it. The N64 one. I was super psyched about it when it came out. I don't know. There's just something about those goddamn controls that really annoy me. The gyro controls. Having to look at the screen to play the game really bugs the shit out of me. I know people are saying it's not that bad, but that's like something for me that I don't like.
No, there's people that are saying it is kind of bad. So I mean, it's like toss up in the air right now, dude. Where the community is like, hey, it's good, and it's not so good. We'll get our hands on it tomorrow, and we'll get.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know.
You're gonna do it, dude. If you're buying a fucking PlayStation 4.5, dude, at least get.
Yeah. Why am I drawing the line in the sand now?
I don't understand how that works, dude.
Owen.
Nobody ever really does, dude. That's it for the news. You guys got any other news that you want to drop in here, or anything else you guys want to talk about?
No.
I might have missed, dude. News is running.
I saw Arkham Asylum games are getting remade in HD for Xbox One and PS4. I think
Oh
PS4.
my god.
So if Jason wants to get back into those games. 'cause I know
Yeah,
he loves
Jason,
all
buy
four.
them. No lines in the sand anymore.
But
Just buy 'em.
HD.
You
HD.
don't get Origins or the new one. You just
Right.
get
Yeah,
the middle two.
HD remix.
Which
remake.
doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, you
Yeah.
should get Arkham Knight, and then you should get these other 2 with all their DLC with it, or other 3, I should say. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Origins like not made by the same company? or
Yeah, it
something?
was like a little
Different
side studio deal.
So that's why, and the other one's like still too new to get an HD remake.
They should
Well,
do
you
it anyways. That'd be funny if they did.
Oh my god.
That would be like that would be like Warner Brothers re-releasing Batman vs Superman back in theaters, just throwing an R rating on it, just to make more money off it.
we got
Like
one more scene in
tomorrow.
here you guys
It's
might
a
have missed.
re-release.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in theaters. Oh, don't do it. Well, that's it for the news, guys. Thank you so much. And Amy, what do you got going on this weekend? Big stuff?
Dark Souls 3 and cleaning up the environment because people suck.
Dude, Amy's going on an environment cleaning spiel this weekend.
Captain
dude.
Planet.
Yeah. Dude,
I like
Captain-
that
Can you
show.
cosplay Captain Planet while you do it? That'd be great. Nice.
You
Dude,
have
Good
the
idea.
colors.
It would be pretty awesome.
Look at your hair.
You're halfway there.
I actually kind of really want to do that now.
You're welcome. Tristan and
Shut
I.
up,
Tristan and I can do
Jason.
this.
Jason, that's such a good idea.
Well, I just stole it from Tristan, but still.
Yeah,
Just gotta find a bunch of kids and
Oh
shout
my
out,
god, I could
"Wind,
just order a
water,
Zentai suit, like
fire."
a pale blue
Yes.
one. I already have the hair, I could just darken my hair up.
Yeah.
Get his little planet shirt that he's got. Oh my god. Fuck.
Like,
Yeah,
people would
we-
probably just drive by and join you because they're like, holy shit, Captain Planet's doing it. I feel like an
I think that
asshole
should
for
be
not
live
helping.
streamed on Twitch somehow.
Yeah, this
I'm
should be.
gonna do that, dude. I'll like have to overnight the suit though, because I don't know if we have any in stores in Madison that sell those. I could body paint, but that's gonna get all like runny and gross.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You could always put it off until next week, so you got time to do it. And get the suit
No.
together.
Damn it.
You could do it 2 weeks in a row.
Our planet
I would do
needs
it every
saving
time I'm
now.
out. I would be like the Madison
Tristan.
Captain Planet woman.
You could become kind of famous doing
I
that.
don't care about that. I just want people.
No,
to
like in a weird way, like not in a
Yeah,
good
The
way.
weird one.
Stop throwing your shit out of your cars and like. it's just
Fuck you,
annoying.
Captain Planet. And root beer
Yup,
hits
dude,
you right in
so
the face, dude.
There's a milkshake in your face.
Beer bottles whipped at me. Ah! Chad, would you be
I
like
think-
the boy that has the worthless heart ring?
Yeah, can you be the worthless character, Chad?
Yeah, no shit, dude. You're tackling me from 10 feet away, and then.
How dare you throw the root beer?
Dude, Amy's gonna be saving the world dressed as Captain Planet.
I
Tristan,
kind
what
of
do you got
agree
going
with
on?
that. Yeah.
I'm just playing some baseball, man.
MLB,
That will be the show of 16.
finally taking it down, man.
Maybe, hopefully, Jason and I can get a game online because we know how entertaining it is when me and Jason play a sports game together. He usually just goes,
Oh.
Yeah, I
would
turn
like
into a
to see
total
this happen.
cocksucker. And this is Tristan. This is Tristan's world now, right? Like, so this is gonna be reverse of the Tech Mobile situation.
Dude, can
I'm
this
out.
happen this
I don't know how
weekend?
good you're at.
I have bad internet.
Oh.
He's got the best internet. We've heard him talk
Dude,
about
I
his
don't think it
internet,
doesn't
how
work,
amazing
man.
it is,
On
dude.
occasion, it goes it's spotty internet.
On the
Google
occasion when Tristan wants to play games with you, it goes spotty.
Oh, Tristan, I can barely hear you. It's going out. It's cutting out. Sorry, bud.
Whoops.
Go.
Yeah, you just see me.
Pull the cord.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that if we can figure that out.
And what else for you, Jason? What else you got going down here?
Maybe Star Fox. Probably gonna play some more Enter the Gungeon. I'm really enjoying that game a lot.
We got a random 30 this weekend for Enter the Gungeon, so
Yeah.
you better practice before showtime.
I
dude.
don't need to practice. One run, see what happens. Hopefully
Oh,
I
I
get
know.
good. Hopefully I get good shit. That's the plan.
I already know what's gonna happen. Dude. If you get the Ghostbuster fucking gun,
I get nervous when we record, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Yeah,
shut down.
it is. It's nerve wracking.
It is not.
It's
dude.
it's not so much. It's a little bit nerve wracking because you're like, I don't want to fuck this up, and then there's like the talking that really throws
Yes,
you off.
and you're like trying to concentrate, but you're like trying to answer Chad's questions, and you're just like,
Yeah, and it's not like a random Twitch stream. Like we're doing like this little 30-minute show, and that's our show, and then you're done. And you're like, oh fuck, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do over. It's too late.
No do-overs, no redos on our show, dude. No redos on the random 30, dude. That's how it plays out, dude. I'll be joining you with some Enter the Gungeon. I'll be checking out some more Dark Souls 3. Hopefully, me and Amy can take down some more of these dungeons in there, dude. We got a few more things left. We actually got so much of that fucking game left. We haven't done shit in that. So there's a lot. There's a lot of.
Die for Dark Souls 3 and try to do the hour run.
Speed run it in an hour
Yeah.
without dying.
Do it.
Never die.
I would have to dedicate like at least weeks of practice to that. There's no way. Like
Like
I
if
mean,
you tried it again right now, you couldn't do it.
Hell no.
I could probably do some work on it. I feel like I could do a decent chunk, but I mean, we're only like 3 bosses in, or 4 bosses, and there's like
Holy
15.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd be able to maybe go those 3, dude, and that'd be about it.
Yeah, don't.
Maybe 4. Yeah, we haven't put as much work in as we have in past Souls games or Bloodborne.
So we're not gonna do a We Never Die for this game.
We
I
will.
think we should.
I mean, I'm just gonna need a fucking clear week, like of nothing, like no block party, no.
I don't think you
random-
can beat this game without dying. I don't think it's possible.
Someone has done it around this world,
I'm sure.
and I could do it too. If someone else can do it, I can fucking do it.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Anything
I'll be
you
checking
think
that out. I'll
I
be checking out.
Better.
Oh
It's
shit.
like your mindset on that one.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Tristan's got a Comic Book Tuesday. What are the hot hits this week, man?
Got another issue of Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's
A solo issue of.
number 4 of that series.
Oh, dude.
And then we've got
Obi-Wan.
Mighty Thor, New Superman, American Alien, number 6 in that miniseries. Definitely worth.
How's
checking
that
out.
series going?
Pretty good. Some,
Any
the
new
whole
villains?
alternate take on Superman by Max Landis. Pretty interesting stuff.
Oh, dude, I don't want to talk about Max Landis. That guy annoys me every time I hear his voice. Dude.
He's been all over the internet lately. He's just.
He's
as long as
everywhere.
I don't have to see his head or listen to him, he's cool.
It's
Whatever.
just his words on.
If you read his comic, you'd be like, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah.
Don't
but
watch
when I have to-
Chronicle though.
Oh, dude, it's like
That'll
nails
make
on a
you sad.
chalkboard listening to
Yeah, it's
that.
really weird to read his Twitter and then read his comic book because this comic book is like, oh wow, this guy's really good. He knows what he's talking about. But then some of his thoughts on Twitter are just like totally out there, and yeah.
It's like he's like fucking drunk every time he speaks or writes.
It's entirely possible. I don't know. I don't know.
He's got a opinion on everything though.
Make sure you guys check out Comic Book Tuesday every Tuesday with Tristan. Make sure you guys check out the Random 30. This weekend we'll have a new one for you. Enter the Gungeon is going to be going down. We have this week. Also, we're live every day. Make sure you guys check it out between 5 and 6 p.m. Central Time for Live on the Av. Get all the news for the day that you might have missed. Otherwise, you can check it out in the morning. Every morning we'll have Live on the Av as well. And thank you guys so much for joining us on the Block Party. Thank you, Amy, Jason, Tristan, and I'm your host, Chad. And we'll see you guys next week. Stay tuned for the Dap, dude.
That was a good close.
Yeah.